Hello and welcome as we continue our project on the DMS. In this part of the project, we're going to talk about how we need a service maintenance with some kind of a cases or service or ticketing app or object. And whenever we need a solution, we need functionality, we need an app, there's a lot of options. Primarily, there are 4 options that we can consider in our company. Option number 1 is Salesforce already has some solutions. We call those clouds. So if I want to see the different solutions Salesforce has, I go to the app launcher, view all, and we'll find they have a solution called a service. We don't call it the service. If Salesforce presents it to us, we don't call it an app, we call it a cloud. So we call this a service cloud. For marketing, they have a solution, an app, we call it the marketing cloud. They have something for online communications, we call it the community cloud. Commerce cloud. So anything that Salesforce creates, we refer to it as the cloud. So we have the sales cloud, which we use where we have accounts and opportunities and contacts. We have a service cloud where we have cases. So for the cases, we can use the service cloud. Do we have another option? Yes, we have the App Exchange, which is kind of like an app store, basically, if you use Apple or Samsung or Droids or anything else. Where in the app launcher, you could go to visit App Exchange, or you can go to their website directly, which is appexchange.salesforce.com. And in here, you can search for what you're looking for. I'm looking for something that does service, customer service. I'm going to find a lot of different things, see what I like the most. One of the famous products is ServiceNow. They have an integration to it, so I can go to search for ServiceNow more specifically. I find the connect that they have, click on it, and then you'll find how many objects are in there, how many apps, how many, if there's any automations, a description of what it does. Usually there's videos and multiple screenshots that shows you how it integrates and how it works. There's people's evaluations and reviews of it, if you like it. So let's go ahead and look it up here. So we can also view it through the website, just as we did from Salesforce itself. Once we've done all the reviews and evaluated it, we can click on Get It Now and connect to it and then install it into our Salesforce org. The nice thing about it is usually most of the apps in the App Exchange usually give you about 2 weeks or 30 days for free. So you get to evaluate most of them in most cases. All right, what's the third option? So we need a solution for customer service, some kind of a ticketing system or a cases system for our maintenance, a DMS, a car dealership, for Dodge car dealership. We're trying to have tickets. So when people come in to fix their cars, we create a case for them. One option is the Service Cloud, where we have cases. Second one is ServiceNow or some kind of service from the App Exchange. Third one is we can create our own object. We can go in and create our own object. So that's the third solution. When do people usually choose apps that are already created from the cloud or App Exchange versus build it ourselves? Usually, just a general recommendation is that if I need something very quick and perfect, I'll go to the App Exchange or the cloud and buy it. If I'm not in a hurry and I'm trying to save money, because with things from the cloud, usually you're paying every month for every user or an annual fee. But in the case of I build it myself, well, I already have the cloud, I already have everything in place. So long term, I'm saving a lot more money. Some things such as accounting systems or payroll, for example, I'm a company that does something and I need a payroll system. This could be something that's cumbersome. Even if I'm not in a hurry, it might be better, for example, to just buy something that's already made, because you could have people that are part-time and full-time, and it turns into its own kind of huge project and so on. So far we have 3 options. The fourth option is if we have a standalone solution. We have something that we proprietary created for our company in .NET or Java and whatever backend Oracle or SQL databases. It's not in the App Exchange. It's not part of Salesforce, and we need to get data, exchange data. In a case like that, we can use integration or APIs. If you go to our library at Kinsey Tech, during the course, you're going to find under Salesforce integration and APIs. And this is more the developer, Salesforce developer realm of things. That's what they do. But there's an example of an API class where we're getting and exchanging rates information. So you can kind of look at that, watch that video, and also look at the code. So this is where the sample code is for that. So that's in case of one of the other solutions. In the case of our DMS, what we would like to do is we want to use the Service Cloud. So basically, We'll go to the App Exchange, Service, and then under Service, we have Cases, where we can create our cases. So I can create the contact, it's a lookup, the account, type of service. But now notice something. This is a generic ticket or incident system or case system. So it has mechanical, electrical, whatever. But in our case, our DMS, we're fixing cars. So this might not implement, might not directly match what I'm looking for. So we can add our own pick list. So we can go in and add our own pick list. For example, I'd added mine, which is car repair. And I put different kind of car repairs that we do, such as tire changes, transmission, and oil changes. So for the DMS requirement, you're going to find some fields that are not in the case object that we need to add, and some ones that they're going to be in the case object, but we don't want to show it. If we don't want to show it, or we add it and want to make our changes, we might want to use the page layout. So how do we use the page layout? Let's take an example. We already have, let's go to Setup, Objects. Our dealership object is Ford Dodge, so I'm going to go to the Ford Dodge object. Edit. One option I have is the page layout. So let's go ahead and edit. Of course, you can create multiple page layouts and assign it to different profiles, but let's go ahead and edit this page layout, the default one, and see how we can move fields around and actually remove it. It could be in the object, but you don't see it because I removed it from the page layout. So when you look at it, you don't see it. So for example, the price of the car and the payment plan should be next to each other. And I want them, this is on the left, this is on the right of the same page. So that's one example. Another example is I want the make of the car, and right next to it is the model. And that's why I don't want people scrolling in the page. I want fields in a certain order. And the status, we don't need that. I don't need you to see the status. So I can actually go in and remove it. Click here, and you will no longer see it. So if I was to save this and you log in and refresh your screen, you're going to see this field on the left, this field on the side. You no longer have to scroll down if I moved everything correctly, and it's kind of ordered. So this is what the page layout does. We're just going to do a quick preview. Let's see what it looks like. So if we were to save it, then this is what the page looks like when you go in. Is you're going to have your price on the left side, your payment plan on the right side, your make on the left, your model on the right. A lot more organized, more systematic, and we could have excluded whatever fields that we don't. All right, so our requirement for the DMS is to work with the cloud, the service cloud, which is the cases object, and make some changes in there. And on the page layout, you can move things around so that they're in the right order that the user sees, and fields that are in the case object that we don't need to see, you don't delete them because that's a standard object, but we'll just remove it from the page layout so people cannot see it. Best of luck with this phase of the project. Thank you for joining us in today's session. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we'd like to invite you to a lot of our free sessions. Simply visit our website at kinseytech.com/events. Thank you again.